Ever feel like you're running out of time to accomplish your music goals? Success means something different to everyone. However, your version of success should be the only one that matters. As a career musician for over 3 decades, I know what it's like to wrestle with this. Take it from someone who's been there, done that in real life. Tune in to 7 Minute Success every week on the Career Musician Podcast and start making music your full-time business.
Career Musician's going to do a short podcast this week because I've been busy, but I hate missing podcast weeks. So yesterday was Monday. Typically, that's when we release an episode. But today is Tuesday, and I'm releasing a new episode. I want to talk about change, a new perspective, a different purview, reframing something. And if you're looking or listening to this podcast on YouTube, you'll notice my hair is a little messy, and I'm actually messing with my hair. Well, change for me starts with changing something. So I'm going to go get a haircut. And I can't tell you why this is true, but dang it, every time I do so, it gives me a new perspective, a new purview, a new lease on life, if you will, or not maybe life, but at least a new lease on things within my spectrum, things that I'm working on, right? Once I get that haircut, I come out feeling like $1,000,000. I'm sure you can relate to that in some way, shape, or form, right? All puns intended. Get it? Haircuts, you're shaping it and forming it. Okay, enough of dad jokes. But for real, when you change things up, something happens. It gives you a new perspective. And something that I want to talk about with getting gigs, because one of the biggest pain points for musicians, one of the biggest trouble spots is getting gigs. And not only getting gigs, but getting enough of them, getting more of them, and perhaps even getting the right kinds of gigs, getting the gigs you really want. So how I equate that to changing our outlook with a haircut is we have to change the way we look for gigs. So instead of just going to the typical jam sessions in your area that you might go to, or instead of scrolling through socials and trying to DM people looking for work, or instead of emailing or texting or calling people that you might know, whatever it is, whatever some of the typical methods you do, we got to change our methods. We got to change the way we seek work. And one of the best ways I know for me that has always proven successful is I go where other musicians might not think to go. Go beyond. Go somewhere where you are perhaps the only musician in the room, or the only musician in that network, or one of very few musicians. And I'll give you an example. Have you ever realized that within each community there's a chamber of commerce, and these chamber of commerces, they have weekly or monthly meetings for local businesses? Man, if you go to those meetings on even a semi-consistent basis, like let's say you go once a month, or once every other month, or once per quarter, and you have some information on you about what you do. Maybe it's a little cutout half-page flyer that shows what you do and what your band can provide for an event, or even just a business card with a call to action or a QR code that brings them to some type of web page that says, hey, this is who I am, this is what we do, and we can elevate your next live event, blah, 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 something like that, right? But if you go to these Chamber of Commerce meetings, chances are you're going to be one of very few musicians, or you might be networking, rubbing elbows with some musicians who are just hobbyists, but they have a regular job, they have another job, they have a business, but they're like, oh, I play guitar, oh, I play bass, oh, I love piano, this and that. Oh, but I'm not a professional like you, right? So that's changing it up. That's giving a reframed experience to how we would go about seeking gigs. Now, that's just one example. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any examples of how you can, seek out gigs in a different way than what we normally would? If you do, hit me up. Drop it in the comments. Drop it like it's hot. Hit me up on the DMs, the comments. Let's talk about this. What are some of the best ways that you found to get gigs that work, but that might not be the typical ways a musician would think to go about it. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about this. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications if you're on YouTube. And if you're on an audio platform like Apple or Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. Don't be lame, share the game, baby. Let's do this. The Career Musician, reframing things, changing it up, getting a new outlook, a new lease on the learn for how to get gigs in a new way. All right, rock on.
Nomad here, creator of The Career Musician, and I'd like to thank you for listening to this podcast. My mission is to empower musicians with strategies for a sustainable career. And the best way to do that is if you share this with someone who needs to hear it. So follow, like, love, save, sub, share, add, tag, rate, and review. And finally, don't forget to join the Career Musician community on the Facebook group. Here's to making music your business.
Download, subscribe, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. Want to learn more about a particular topic? Tag @TheCareerMusician and use #CareerMusician to let us know what you'd like to hear. Help us continue to provide you with new and engaging content by getting our ratings up. Please subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Empowering musicians with strategies for a sustainable career. The Career Musician Podcast with creator and host, Nomad.
I'm just a nomad, nowhere man. I know